Hello friends, this is Lila in Hawaii. I wanted to show you some more pages for my book that's called Field Notes, and this is a collaboration with some of my students. We have a little class and we meet once a week and we do some more pages of the book, and as you can see it's getting, well, it's almost done. I've got 3 more pages to do, I think. However, I think I've shown you some of this before, but I wanted to show you some more pages that might give you some ideas if you're doing this kind of thing. So this page I really kind of like. If you look at this, doesn't that look like that? I hope. This was a page I found from an old book, and it had things I liked that went along with the field notes. There was some weeds growing here. There was some text. There were butterflies and a moth. Some more text. There was a date, 1873, and some foliage and some kind of like a signature or something. So we had a challenge this week, and I decided that we should make our facsimile, really, of this, but do it our own way. And it's done, mine's done on watercolor paper. So this is mine. I painted this. This is the original. Looks like that. And so everything here has been made by me. You know, it's paintings. I painted all this. I did cut out this text here, but all the script and everything else is my own writing. And I tried to mimic, if you notice, for example, there, that little, can't even, says, I think 942, something 942. So here's my version of it, 942. And then up, where's another one? This here, this says, it looks like IS 809. So I mimicked that, IS 809. And on the watercolor paper, it really looks cool. I did add a couple of touches of mine. Here's a little ladybug I added. However, you know, and this, I moved things around a little bit to please me a little bit more. But anyway, that's my version of this page. I thought you might like to see it as an idea. So I'm going to skip a lot of the pages because I've shown them, some of them before. But I was going to show you. Okay, so here's some new pages. This was a picture from a book that I have on herbs, I think. So I tore that out, had a little bit of a poem, or how to make lavender potpourri, and then I painted some lavender myself onto some old script. And so that's my version of that. However, we wanted to make the book also about recycling, about saving the planet, all that kind of things. And I had to do an article on the Hawaiian foraging canoes. So here they are. And here's an article that I took from one of the newspapers on one of our latest voyages. And of course there's the recycling that I tore from a magazine. Or was it packaging I got from a company called Free People. Okay, what else? I don't want to go and bore you with all these pages. Just thought I'd show you a few new ones. This is a rather new one today. Not quite finished, but I'm going to put that there. And it has the word forage there. There's another good page I wanted to show you. Let me see here. Sometimes the pages get stuck. Oh no, not that one. We do a little stitchery. For example, this is my toadstool page, or 2 pages actually. So at the bottom I stamped a squirrel and some flowers on some old linen. And then I have some real lavender applied to a card there. And then we had a little challenge. I asked them to do a little watercolor, like mine, of some toadstools, so that was their challenge, and they all made a very nice copy of that. And then we had to embroider one as well, so this was my version of an embroidered toadstool, well, 2 actually. And then this was another watercolor that I did of the toadstools. So that was kind of cool. Okay, what else can I show you? Oh, then these pages, I don't believe I've shown you these before, but here are more in the toadstool theme. First of all, I put one of those paper flowers that I've shown you that I make. I've shown you those, I think, on a different site, how to do those. And of course, that was one of the classes. And then this class was, my daughter had sent some old, I guess it's like sugar sack, I call it, but it's burlap sacking. I call it sugar sack, you call it probably something else. And it's really nice. So I made a toadstool, and we appliqued that on with some buttons and some fringe and some of the weeds growing around there. And I wrote the word on a little label, fungi or fungi. So that's another nice page. Let me see. This is a nice, sometimes we took pages out of magazines, and this was out of a day planner that one of my students had, so this is pretty. Here's a painting I just did and a page I haven't finished, but it's a collection of wildflowers. This page I'm working on, and it's a pocket, and the pocket has some things in it. The pocket is like that. I did that on butcher paper, and it's painted and stamped. It was white, you know. And then inside I'm putting a leaf, a feather. These are all collected in the neighborhood. And then a little booklet of the plants. So that's another page. This side I haven't finished yet. Okay, this one, I don't think I've shown you this. I may have shown you how I made the wreath, but I made a wreath out of rattan, is that what it's called? Anyway, it's a wreath, and then these are dried flowers and leaves and bits and pieces, a feather, and some things that picked up foraging in the neighborhood, and with another leaf there. And this is a picture from a magazine. So on this side, I wrote a little article, or collect a little article on magpies, how they help in the wilderness. And so it's actually 2 pages of script. So in order to fit it onto the page, I cut it and layered it. So you can lift it up and read it, and then it goes down like that. So I think that's all I'm going to show you today, because I know looking at things like this can be quite a lot. And this is another page that clips in there with one of my own. I like to put my own little watercolors when I can, so it's a little watercolor. And I did a little bit of stitching on the bottom. And then on this, I put some, oh, it's raffia. I don't know what I called it. Raffia anyway is what it is. And then there's a little tag that I made here that says nesting. So thank you for watching. So I'll show you some more at a later date, but there it is. It's actually, as I said, getting quite fat, and 3 more pages to go and it'll be done. Thanks a lot. We live right near a park here, by the way, so we have plenty of space to forage in, so it's really nice. Thank you again for coming by and looking at my site. This is Lila in Hawaii. Aloha.